I hope you enjoyed that. If you're just joining us, you're watching Variety with John and Anna. I'm John Cancio. Next up on the show, I have host and sales representative. He's a radio host of AM radio program that he does weekly. His name is Fernando Jimenez. Did I use the accent right on there?
Yes, you did.
And the name of your show is Hablando con Fernando, and that basically translates into talking with Fernando.
Yeah.
Now, what did we talk about on your show? I know you play a lot of music, so what is Hablando con
The interesting thing is
Fernando?
that the name in itself was kind of one of those last-minute things.
So how did you come up with the name?
Well, my wife actually helped me come out with that. What happened was they were making out the brochures so that we could have something to offer people so they can look at. And he was going through all the shows, and I needed to have something on, and so basically gave me a few hours, and we were sitting there coming up with catchy little things that can rhyme and whatever. And Hablando con Fernando happens to just
It just came.
it hit home, right?
Now that's in Spanish,
Yeah.
so the show is
Right.
in
Well, it's a Spanglish show.
Spanglish.
It's a
So you don't
Spanglish
have
show.
you don't have to know Spanish to tune in, right?
No, not at all.
You don't
I
have to
mean,
know
it helps if you're a lover of Spanish music, Latin music.
Because that's
then
where you
definitely.
mostly play, right?
Yeah,
So when
absolutely.
I tune in, which it's Saturdays on AM 930 radio, what am I going to hear when I tune into that station?
Well, we're WIZR AM 930, and basically it starts off just like any Latin, radio show. I personally have 2 hours where I play salsa, merengue, reggaeton, and if you happen to tune in, and you'll probably hear me. And most of the time, I'm just introducing a song, and explaining to people the some bit of the culture. I try to I plan on having a lot more segments where I interview people, perhaps educate.
Me, maybe one day.
Absolutely.
You'll have me on the show.
Absolutely. Actually, that was a plan to have you on the show.
That's the plan. So when does it come on? It comes on Saturdays, 2 to 4, and I understand you're very casual on the show. So you tell jokes, you have fun. It's not uptight.
One of the biggest things is comedy. I've always been known for it. Actually, you put on one of my comedy shows once. You aired it.
Oh, that's right. I forgot all about that. I just
It was a long time ago.
I'm almost, I won't say best friends with his wife, but we're pretty close. We tight. We almost best friends.
Yeah, we're family.
We're like family, yes. So I remember that. You used to do stand-up comedy.
So a lot of people that know me, they know me through comedy. They're always telling me, hey, you be funnier on the radio. So it's coming. This is all brand new to me. So it's a little nerve-wracking. I don't want to mess up, what I mean?
But you're very natural. I know I went over to your house and you played some of this stuff for me.
Yep.
And you're very natural, and you do your own commercials.
Yes. That's actually another part of my job description there.
Now, how did you get involved with doing radio?
It kind of fell in my lap. You've heard that before, and yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I work as a counselor. That is my day job.
That's your day job.
Absolutely. We went to the same college, so
we did.
We both studied.
That's right.
So I've been working for about 11 years as a counselor. And where I work at the clinic, I became friends with a doctor that, he and I just hit it off from jump. He had always told me about, aspiring to buy a radio station, and he would always talk to me and say, hey, would you like to have a segment of my show where you, because the radio station caters to 3 specific towns, one of which is Amsterdam, that has a large Latino population. And he wanted to do something for that community, as well as Johnstown and Gloversville, where we're located. So, lo and behold, the fill in the lap part, long story short, I wasn't working at the clinic anymore, and I was able to, jump onto the radio thing full time.
Now, this is new for you, you said.
Yeah, brand new.
How does it feel going into it?
It was scary.
Scary?
Well, definitely, it's an interesting thing because I'm changing avenues completely. So it was a challenge in itself, just given the fact that I've never done communications at all, besides your basic stand-up routine, grabbing a microphone, and I guess you know.
But you've always been involved in the entertainment aspect.
Oh yeah. Well,
so it wasn't too far-fetched.
Right, not at all. I was a DJ. I was
Okay.
a DJ, actually professionally too. I did a lot of, growing up, a lot of house parties.
A lot of house parties.
Hooky
having
parties.
Fun. Yeah.
A lot of my friends have known me for putting together some music and entertaining. So that
And I know
was
you're a big
always,
music fan and
absolutely.
stuff.
Love all types of music from, you name it. And I actually worked at a bar as a young man. Where I was paid pretty well.
Younger man.
Yeah,
You're still a young man.
Thank you. I worked at a bar. So, yeah, you're right. The music part, and it came natural. What was a challenge was learning the equipment, and because it's all hands-on, and because we're a country radio station by title, and that is what that's the basis of our...
That's what I was just going to ask. So during your segment, you listen to, or you play, I should say, and listen, play and listen
Absolutely.
to salsa music, reggaeton, and merengue.
I bring my own
and that's
music.
Saturdays from 2 to 4 on AM radio 930.
9:30 a.m.
And usually played on the station is country music.
Absolutely.
So this is a different
So it's a
type
major
of,
cross, yeah. It is. The wonderful thing is, that we're able to sort of reach out to everyone, even those that listen to country music. Given, like I said, you have Johnstown, Gloversville, then you have Amsterdam, a large population of Latinos. So that is why I basically, you could say I rent 2 hours from the station, and all the music, I bring it in myself. It's all my music, and of course, collection from my parents. They have classics. I mean, stuff that I grew up with and I enjoy, to this day.
And the exciting thing is that there's a website. And
Absolutely.
I do want to give that away. It's www.930wizr.com. And one of the exciting things is that you can actually tune in and stream the show. So even if you're not in Schenectady, you can still listen to the show.
Actually, everywhere in the world. My sister, actually, in Mississippi, was listening to the show last Saturday, and she threw in her comments and her, because I'm also on Facebook, and so is the radio station. WIZR is on Facebook, and we get a lot of listeners, and a lot of my friends, they keep tabs.
Some supporters.
Absolutely.
And what do you hope to do with the show in the future?
Well, I want to take over.
You want to take over. You want to be the owner. It's like one
Something
day.
like that.
It's like one day I'm gonna own this place when you walk in, right?
Well, even if I don't own it, I'd like to have a radio station solely for the Latin public, and for the Latin people and Latin businesses, because it is a great opportunity for businesses out there to advertise, through radio. Radio is one of the most effective ways of getting the word out,
Absolutely.
As you know.
And you've also taken on interviewing as well. So you've done a little bit what I'm doing here. You've interviewed coaches and teams. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, that's another segment of the radio station that I do have is I do what they call a weekly sports update.
I was going to ask you about that. The weekly
sports update.
Tell us about that.
Basically, exactly what it is. From Monday, or let's say Saturday, to that current Friday, I review everything from local sports to professional sports in a 2.5 minute segment during our morning show at the WIZR. It's a true country morning show with a good friend of mine, Mr. Morrison, I like to call him. He always tells me, don't call me Mr. It makes me sound older. But,
don't call me Mr.
So he's come aboard, and he has a 4-hour morning show that kicks things off at the station. And every Friday I come in live, and I put together a report. Just as you can see, I, along with every other sportscaster, just finished bad-mouthing, I guess, LeBron James for not signing with their desired city. But,
so you had a little bit of opinion.
Yeah, that's right.
A little bit of opinion.
But we do cover the local sports, which is the most important thing. I think that you just had a woman here that was just mentioning that there is no major league team or any real major professional team, but we do have a lot of minor leaguers. And I cover, actually, the Amsterdam Mohawks, who they're more of a collegiate summer league. They give college players the opportunity to play semi-pro and give them the opportunity to get drafted. Actually, I interviewed a young man who was just drafted to the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Oh, nice.
So, you know, you saw it
So
there
you're
first.
getting some good interviews
Absolutely.
already.
Yep.
So, well, I say good luck with your goal.
Awesome.
I
Thank you.
hope you walk in someday and own the place.
So do I.
Your boss might not want to hear that, but I hope
That's all right. He'll be selling it to me.
And I look forward to going on your show one day. I think that'll
Awesome.
be really fun because
Yes,
I know
we
we talked
definitely
about
are
it.
looking forward to it. I'd like to have you on my show. You have a CD that I personally own and enjoy, and
Thank
you know,
you.
I'd like to help promote it right through the radio station. Everybody's gonna know who this man is.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. It was a pleasure having you
Awesome.
on,
Thank you
Fernando.
very much.
Once again, I just want to say check out his radio show on AM Radio 930, and you can also go to the website 930wizr.com, and you can click, what do you got to click listen live. Click listen live and check
right.
it out. And he's on Saturdays from 2 to 4 p.m. with some Spanish, some merengue, and salsa. And even if you're not into that type of music, check him out because he's a good guy. And you want to
You want to hang out
check
with
him
me,
out 'cause
absolutely.
he's a good, yeah,
It's a great show. It's
awesome.
Sort of variety in itself. You know?
variety in itself. So you can
Absolutely.
get more of this type of thing when you tune into there.